Hello and welcome, my friends and viewers, to this week's episode of Legendlore, where I draw pictures of monsters, characters, gods, and other things from D&D 5th edition, while giving a small bit of quickly digestible history about them. Together we'll go over their origins within the game, how they're utilized in the modern edition, and how I like to utilize them in my own games. This video we're going to be going over one of the more iconic and distinguished warrior characters, Warduke. Warduke was first introduced in the 1980s D&D toy line as an action figure, also appearing in the closely tied 1984 adventure, Quest for the Heartstone. While originally developed as an 8th level fighter in the module, he would ascend to become a monstrously powerful figure in the D&D canon, and he bore his iconic winged helm, sword, and skull-covered shield from the very beginning. Warduke is a ruthless, unstoppable warrior who has served as an ally and mercenary to a number of different evil individuals, serving often as an enforcer, bounty hunter, or assassin. Warduke is often shown to be ill-tempered, quick to anger, and consumed by bloodlust. Within his own lore, Warduke was originally a close friend to the paladin Strongheart, a staunch ally until the two of them became mortal enemies upon his exposure to a magical item known as the Heartstone, as per the name of the adventure. This artifact ended up bringing out Warduke's cruel inner nature, and in time he would come to ally himself with several evil figures, such as the wizard Skyla, and a formerly good cleric named Raven, who is believed to be in love with him. Furthermore, he would go on to aid in the reassembly of the Horned Society, an evil organization in the Greyhawk campaign setting that is focused on the worship of devils. Warduke is depicted as an immensely muscular man with olive skin, equipped with his trademark skull-adorned shield, half-suit of blue chainmail, a spiked pauldron, and his iconic T-slitted helmet with a pair of batwing-like ridges on the sides. His favorite weapon is a flaming bastard sword by the name of Nightwind, and he also bears a fiendish graft in the shape of an eye. While his half-suit provides only so much protection, I didn't want to diminish Warduke's classic silhouette for the sake of objective realism. While I personally haven't gotten a chance to introduce Warduke in any of my games, I do know how I would like to portray him when the time does arrive. Warduke would only be concerned with the next big battle, constantly seeking to test his own strength and durability to prove that he truly is as unstoppable as the legends about him say he is. Ultimately, he believes that fighting and slaughter to be their own ends, and will challenge anyone who dares to face him. Despite Warduke only having so much in terms of his own lore and backstory, the ominous is actually pretty ideal for me and other dungeon masters. This lets me present him in any number of different situations. While I would never play him as the main villain of a campaign, I would instead have him be an extremely powerful enforcer on their payroll. I've even thought of having the party encounter dark mages like Raven or Kellic, with Warduke at their side to provide both martial support and some malicious comic relief. Sometimes I'll even have Warduke show up as a mercenary or the head of his own company, capable of giving quests to the party and having them rise through the ranks should they impress him. Other times I have him just as a wandering warrior for hire, and if he does end up being defeated by the party, I see no reason for him to not betray the people he's aligned with to survive. Warduke's bloodlust may cause one to think of him as a barbarian, but I instead prefer to have him multi-class as both Berserker Barbarian and Champion Fighter, as a show of how his cunning and prowess as a fighter is not dampened at all by his thirst for violence. Warduke's gear, on the other hand, primarily his sword, shield, and helmet, could prove to be very powerful items for those who successfully manage to take him down. For his helm, I like to give the wearer dark vision up to 60 feet, advantage on all intimidation checks, and the ability to make their eyes glow red. I also like to give it a few castings of Scorching Ray for a nice Superman eye beam effect. For his sword, I converted over Nightwind's original design from a +3 Anarchic Flaming Burst Human Bane Bastard Sword to something a little bit more 5th edition friendly. It keeps his +3 bonus to attack and damage roll. It deals an additional 1d6 fire damage on a successful hit, and this increases to 2d10 if the hit is a critical. Its further effects can be found in the item stat block that I created for it, which is included in the description below. Finally, his shield I figured would have been a gift from one of his many spellcaster allies, allowing him to defend himself against physical and metaphysical attacks. As such, I have him carry a reskinned spell guard shield, with some added bonus effects such as casting an anti-magic cone and the spell shield, and possibly even counterspell. Warduke may not have exactly the richest lore backstory compared to other D&D characters, but that freedom makes him incredibly versatile for different parties and different adventures. He could be a potentially fun character to roleplay. I want to thank all you guys for watching, and if you want to keep updated on the next Legendlore, please subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon to be notified, and please follow me on social media for progress on each piece as well as other things I'm working on. Also, comment down below if you have used Warduke in any of your games and how you've managed to utilize him. Also, please let me know what kind of D&D characters, gods, or monsters, or anything else you guys would like to see in upcoming videos. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.